Athletes are more than just their numbers. Everything said and done, they are humans first. And just like all of us, they have a deep connection with places that made them and the people who supported them. In this new series, we try to look into those places and faces who made our superstars who they are today.
Women's Cricket Zone proudly presents Places and Faces.
In this episode, let's talk to the World Cup champion, Barbados and West Indies captain Hayley Matthews.
Taking from your captain to one of another memorable innings of yours. World Cup opener, Mount Maunganui. The place is Mount Maunganui. Go, the first word that comes up in your mind.
Surprising in a sense. Obviously, I think before I went out there, I had just gotten the day in front the message that I was going to be opening the batting. I came into a World Cup with 6 months experience prior batting in the middle order, formulated an entire plan on how I want my innings to go, what I want my innings to look like in the middle order. For the day before the World Cup, to get hit with the fact that I'll be opening again. I remember being in the net that same morning of the game, and my coach was throwing a new ball with the arm, and I could not get anything hit near the middle of the bat. I was so mad. I was like, I can't believe I have to go open the batting. They've messed up my entire plan. This is what I'm saying in my head. But at the same time, I trust our coaching staff 100%. So I'm just like, my coach has come to me. He said that this is Robert Samuels, and he said, you'll be fine, don't stress. And then, yeah, I think when I got up on the field and one or two came out the middle, the nerves eased a bit, and yeah, went pretty well after that.
And also to win against the host nation in probably one of the most picturesque ground in New Zealand. I mean, every ground in New Zealand is picturesque, but to win at Mount, how special was that? Especially that last freak of an over from Leandra Doughton. How was that celebration like?
Yeah, it was crazy. I think it just shows the fight and the courage that we play with every single time. I think, when you look at our games, you look at the ones that we've won, we literally had to fight to the very end, to the very last ball. And it's because we play with so much heart, with so much fight, with so much coverage. We represent every single person in the West Indies. Obviously, all of us coming from different countries as well, have so many different things to fight for and so many different people to represent. And we just try to do that as best as we possibly can every time we go on the field. So, yeah. Someone like Deandra putting up her hand and saying to Steph, give me the ball after not bowling in international cricket for over 6 months is the epitome of that. And then being able to produce at the same time. Celebrations were quite good after that. We were over the moon, and yeah, we just kind of took that momentum into the England game as well.
And what were the celebrations like after England game? Because we saw Anisa Mohammed do the almost lap up ground, and I've never seen her celebrate like that. She's the fantastic leader of the pack. How was the celebrations after England game?
Yeah, we were on a high. Obviously, enjoying ourselves as always when we got back into that dressing room. But yeah, we couldn't get too well. It was still pretty early in the tournament, so I needed to buckle down. But the girls have had a great time. Obviously, our camaraderie in the team is pretty high, and we were able to celebrate that a little bit when we did get back to the hotel and just had a bit of downtime that we could just spend some time together, even if it just be watching one of the other games and having some dinner or something like that.
Also, you mentioned about the coaching staff having your support. So your next person, the next face I want to talk about is your coach, Sir Courtney Walsh, the first word.
Legend, to be honest. It doesn't get much better than that. Obviously, he's a legend of the game, one of the best fast bowlers to ever play the game of cricket. So to be able to learn so much from him and the staff around him has been really good. And I think everyone has seen how much the team has grown since he's taken over.
Yeah, fantastic. And but have you ever watched his highlights from his playing days and just nudge him like, yeah, I can do that now, whatever you did in your playing days?
Yeah, I don't reckon I can bowl as fast as he can. But yeah, I think a lot of the time when we scroll through Twitter or Instagram, every once in a while we'll see like a highlight of him. And we just always send it straight to the team group chat for everyone to have a laugh. He was so characteristic on the field, giving batters stare downs, and even when he was batting, we made it like he can't even hold a bat properly. And he used to have so much attitude and so much flair even while being a batter, which is good. Like I said, it just shows the West Indian in him, that fight and that confidence always. So yeah.
Now I want to take you to another place where you have done extremely well, and that is your team in WBBL, Hobart. The first word that comes to your mind when I say Hobart.
Honestly, family. I think I spent time at Hobart. My first season of WBBL was 01. The first season of it, and I was just 17 years old. I remember my mom being at the airport crying, having to literally send me to the opposite side of the world as a 17-year-old teenager, traveling all by myself. And yeah, when I think about those kind of sacrifices that my parents have made, it's been crazy. But I went to Hobart. Obviously, being under 18, I stayed with a family at the time. And yeah, they took me in like their own. I still talk to them now. My parents talk to them. The family that I stayed with, when we had the World Cup over in Australia in 2020, they came over to Sydney to watch my game, and we spent some time together. So literally, it's like I have my own little family over there in Hobart, not only with that family, but with the team as well. Obviously, coming into a team at 17 years old and staying with them right until I was 22. With the last season I played back in 2020 has been crazy. They've literally watched me grow up. I remember talking to Raki just the other day over here at Fair Break, and she was saying it's amazing. And Julia Price as well, who was the coach when I first came in, who's my coach here at Fair Break now. And they were saying it's crazy that I came in at 17 and I'm 24 years old now, and how we've all grown up so quickly and the time has flown by. It's kind of sick to believe that was 7-8 years ago. And
the last person I want to talk to you about, you just mentioned Julia Price. One word.
Yeah. One word to describe Pricey. Funny, to be honest. No matter what you're doing, she's always going to find a way to make it sort of a kind of joke around it, but in a very good way. And she definitely knows how to get a point across to you. And look, she's a great coach. Like I said, I've been with her. She's been coaching me for the time I was 17 years old, obviously, down there at Hobart. And I remember just the other day we were in a team meeting, and I was telling one of the other players something about sometimes when you feel pressured at the crease, kind of just get down to the other end, get a single rather than thinking about going big. And then it's only after I said it kind of clicked to me. The person I learned it from is her. Like, she told me that back when I was 17, 18 years old. I'm struggling a little bit down in Hobart, and it's crazy how you can kind of hold on to those little things from such a young age, and they become such a habit and such a core trait in you, and then you kind of forgot where you got them from. But yeah, those experiences will always mean a lot, and yeah, she's helped me a lot in my career in early days as well.